Have you ever been confused by fire classification or wondered if you have the right fire extinguisher on hand? Imagine you're preparing for health and safety exam and feeling pretty confident about your knowledge, and suddenly you come across question about fire types and the answer choices totally throw you for a loop. One says class C fires are gas explosions. The other says electrical short circuit. Confusing, right? Don't worry, in this video we'll cover various fire classification used in NEBOSH, IOSH, CSP and CRSP exams, highlighting the key differences and similarities. We will then move on to different types of fire extinguisher, explaining which type of fire each designed to combat. We'll also discuss the color coding systems used in different parts of the world and provide a simple guide on how to use fire extinguisher effectively. By the end of this video, you will have a solid understanding on how to identify fire types and choose the right extinguisher, ensuring you are better prepared for any fire emergencies. Hello safety professionals, welcome to Occasional Safety. My name is Roshan Rajesh and today we are going to dive into two crucial topics, different types of fires and the fire extinguisher used to tackle them. Understanding both can make huge difference in preventing and managing fire emergencies. Let's start with classification of fire. There are two main sets of fire classification that people generally follow. One comes from UK EU region, used in exams like NEBOSH and IOSH. The other is from NFPA, which more commonly used for exams like CSP and CRSP. In India and Gulf countries, fire safety regulation often align more closely with UK and EU systems, especially in terms of fire safety. This means that they typically use the NEBOSH and IOSH fire classification and fire extinguishers types in their workplaces. Let's look at NEBOSH and IOSH fire classification, starting with Class A. These are the fires that involve solid material like wood, textile or paper, the things you can touch and feel. Next is Class B, which is a liquid or liquefied solid such as petrol, oil, and this fire can really spread fast. After that comes Class C. Now here there is little bit twist. In the NEBOSH and IOSH syllabus, Class C fire involve gases like LPG. So remember, this for UK EU region, Class C is gas fire. In Class D, we have fires involving metals like magnesium, sodium, lithium, which can particularly tricky to handle. Lastly is Class F. In NEBOSH IOSH fire classification, this is a class where we have fire involving cooking media such as vegetable oil or animal oil. And wait, there is one more class of fire but which is unofficial. It's called electrical fire or also called as Class E. But remember, it's unofficial and these are sparked by electrical equipment and common but often overlooked hazard. Now let's look at CSP and CRSP fire types. According to National Fire Protection Association, fire can be classified as Class A, B, C, D or K. Let's start with Class A. These are nothing but your everyday combustible like wood, paper, plastic, the things you might find around your home or workplace. Next one is Class B. Moving into flammable liquid and gases, remember it's not just a liquid like NEBOSH, IOSH classification, it is liquid and gases. Next is Class C fire. This is important. In the CSP and CRSP syllabus and as NFPA classification, Class C fires are all about energized electrical equipment. A stark contrast to NEBOSH and IOSH, where it is considered as fire involved gases. And next one is Class D fire. Fires involving combustible material like magnesium or sodium, which requires specialized handling technique. So the last class of fire that we are going to see is Class K fire. Now this one is unique to CSP because CRSP does not cover Class K fire. And what is Class K fire? It's nothing but again a kitchen fire which involve oil and grease. So after understanding these two types of classification, now let's understand some key differences which we should remember. So starting with Class C. In Class C fires, in NEBOSH and IOSH, it refers to fire involving gases, whereas in CSP and CRSP, it's all about electrical mishaps. About Class K and F, interestingly, in CSP, Class K is similar to Class F fire mentioned in NEBOSH and IOSH, both involve oils and grease. It's crucial to keep this distinction in mind for effective fire safety planning. And yes, don't forget the unofficial inclusion of class E in NEBOSH and IOSH classification. It's again electrical fire, but not considered official by NEBOSH and IOSH. Now that we understand the type of fires, let's move on to different types of fire extinguisher and how to use them. This is crucial information that can help you be prepared in case of fire emergency. Now, as we understood different classes of fire, now let's look at different types of fire extinguisher that we can use, because once you understand the classes of fire, it's become easier to understand which type of extinguisher we can use on different classes of fire. Let's start with water type extinguisher. So water type extinguisher are the most common type. They are used on fire involving solid material like wood, paper and textile. Just remember, never use water extinguishers on electrical or oil fire. Now let's move on to next extinguisher, that is foam extinguisher. Now foam extinguishers are great for both class A fire and flammable liquid fires like petrol, oil, which is class B fire. Now this foam extinguisher are good for combustible material like paper, wood, textile as well, because it contains water along with a chemical called AFFF, aqueous film forming foam. So next extinguisher is carbon dioxide extinguisher. This extinguisher is generally used on flammable liquid, which is class B fire, and electrical fire. CVT works by displacing the oxygen that fire needs to burn, and it's safe to use on electrical fires because it doesn't leave residues. Now let's look at dry chemical powder extinguisher. Dry powder extinguisher are versatile and can be used on class A, B and C as well as electrical fire. They work by smothering the fire and stopping the chemical reaction. However, they can be messy and may not cool the fire completely. And the next one is wet chemical extinguisher. Now this extinguisher is specifically designed for cooking oil, fat fires like class F and K. They work by forming a thick soapy layer on the surface of burning oil, cooling it down, preventing reignition. The last one is class D fire extinguisher. For fires involving combustible metal like magnesium, sodium, lithium, you need a class D fire extinguisher. These extinguishers contain special powder that separate the fuel from oxygen and cools the fire, preventing it from spreading. Now let us understand color coding of fire extinguisher. Color coding of fire extinguisher varies between region, which is important to know for proper identification. In the UK and EU, the labels of fire extinguishers are color coded as follows. So for water type of extinguisher, they use red label, foam cream label, CO2 black label, dry powder blue label, wet chemical yellow label. In the US, the National Fire Protection Association, that is NFPA, does not use any color coding system for fire extinguisher. Instead, fire extinguishers are marked with symbols and pictograms that indicate the types of fire they can be used on. Now let's move to the next important part, how to use fire extinguisher. Knowing which extinguisher to use is important, but knowing how to use it is just crucial. Here is simple method to remember PASS, pass. P stands for pull the pin. Pull the safety pin from the handle. This will break the tamper seal and allow you to discharge the extinguisher. Next come A. A stands for aim. Aim at the base of the fire. Aim the nozzle or hose of fire extinguisher at the base of fire and not the flames. Targeting the base is essential to putting the fire out. S stands for squeeze the handle. Squeeze the handle to release the extinguishing agent. Be ready for a quick discharge. The last one is again S. S stands for sweep side to side. Sweep the nozzle from side to side at the base of the fire until it looks like it is out. Be cautious as some fires can reignite. Now let's watch this demonstration of pass method in action. Using a fire extinguisher on live fire, this practical guide will help you to understand how to effectively use a fire extinguisher in real life scenario.
First P is to pull the pin. Aim at base of the fire. Flip it.
Lastly, let's understand some key tips and common misconceptions. Always consider the wind direction while fighting the fire. This will help you to fight the fire effectively and also safeguard you from the smoke. And always keep a safe exit route behind you when using extinguisher. Remember, do not use water extinguisher on electrical or grease fire. It can cause electrocution or spread the fire. Know your workplace or home fire extinguisher locations and ensure they are regularly maintained. Understanding classes of fire, type of fire extinguisher and how to use them can make huge difference in an emergency. Always remember the type of fire you are dealing with and use the correct extinguisher. Stay safe, and if you are ever in doubt, don't hesitate to call the fire department. If you found this video helpful, please like, share, subscribe to our vocational safety channel for more fire safety tips. Let us know in comment box if you have any questions or topic you would like us to cover next. Thank you for watching and stay safe.